What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? It's Daniel, and welcome back to another video. Today, I'm doing race 6 for the 2025 Food City 500. Let's go ahead and just jump straight into it. This week in the NASCAR Cup Series has the Bristol Motor Speedway, the half-mile track known as the world's fastest half-mile track that always puts on usually some pretty fun and exciting racing here. You can have multiple lanes that are available and multiple grooves as well. The last time we ran at Bristol Motor Speedway, we saw Kyle Larson dominate and lead almost every single lap, led over 400 laps in this race. He's looking to go back-to-back and pick up a second win of 2025. And the last time I ran a spring race at Bristol Motor Speedway, we saw Denny Hamlin win in one of the craziest tire races we have seen in NASCAR history. He's looking to go 3 in a row and win for the third straight time and for the 57th time in his NASCAR Cup Series career. So now, let's go ahead and jump into picks. But before I go ahead and jump into picks, let's take a look at the weather for this weekend. So the weather for this weekend is actually looking really promising. It's going to be 61 degrees high with 40 degrees as a low with a 20% chance of rain with partly cloudy skies. Going to be really chilly if you're headed out to the racetrack with a cold front hitting the area this weekend. You're definitely going to want to have a jacket if you're headed out to the track, but it's so warm as the day it progresses and goes on. But it's still going to be cool for Bristol standards. So now, let's go ahead and jump into picks. For those who are new to the channel, here's how picks usually work. I do 2 suck picks, 2 drivers who I think will not have a good run this week and have struggled in recent weeks or not really good recently at this type of track. I do 2 underdog picks, 2 drivers who desperately need a good run who I think will have a good run this weekend or really good at this type of track who have struggled early in the season. And I do my winner's pick, the driver I think is going to win the race overall. And I do drivers you watch out for, and usually for the Cup Series, I got 5 drivers you watch out for along with the race winner. So now, let's go ahead and jump into picks. Who are my suck picks for the 2025 Food City 500? My first suck pick for this weekend at Bristol Motor Speedway is a driver A car for Richard Childress Racing, Kyle Busch. Look, Kyle Busch is one of the best drivers ever at Bristol Motor Speedway, with winning a lot of races in Cup, Xfinity, and Trucks. However, in the last 4 or 5 races, I believe Kyle Busch's best finish at this track is like 21st or 22nd. RCR has not been good here in recent years at this track, and Kyle Busch has been hit or miss at short tracks. Now, I don't think Kyle Busch is going to finish like 30th or anything like that, but I think he's going to be a little bit worse than he's been because he's had more speed in the early portion of 2025. I just don't trust the RCR coming. If this was a JGR car he was in like it was a few years ago, I actually think he'd have a chance and opportunity to go to victory lane, but I think it's unfortunately going to have some bad luck, and sadly, I think Kyle Busch is going to finish more than likely in the back of the pack or the bottom half this weekend at Bristol. My second suck pick for this weekend at Bristol Motor Speedway is the driver of the 88 car for Trackhouse Racing, Shane Van Gisbergen. Now, Shane Van Gisbergen scored his first top 20 finish on an oval in 2025 last week at Darlington. However, SVG has really struggled in the early portion of the season, and I think that bad luck is going to continue. This track is a track we're going to have a lot of good luck, and SVG has not had the best luck early in the season. I think he's going to have a better run than he's ran at times, but I think he's still going to finish more than likely outside the top 20. I think it's going to be tough for him to be a major factor and serious contender. I think more than likely he's going to finish in the bottom half of the field this weekend at Bristol Motor Speedway. And now we're going to go ahead and jump on the underdog picks for the 2025 Food City 500. Who are my underdog picks? My first underdog pick for this weekend at Bristol Motor Speedway is the driver of the 54 car for Joe Gibbs Racing, Ty Gibbs. Early in the season, Ty Gibbs had really struggled, but the last couple weeks, he's been trending upward. He finished 13th at Martinsville, had a chance to get a top 10 there, and he got his first top 10 in 2025 this past weekend at Darlington. Of course, they recently hired Cheddar Smith to be the car chief for the team, but I think that Ty Gibbs is going to continue turning this corner. He's been really good at Bristol. This is one of his best tracks. He led the most laps in the spring race in 2024. I think Ty Gibbs is going to have a really solid and a really strong run, and I think he'll have a great chance and opportunity to get a potential another top 10 as he will continue turning this season around this weekend at Bristol. My second underdog pick for this weekend at Bristol Motor Speedway is the driver's 60 car for RFK Racing, Ryan Preece. Prior to this past weekend at Darlington, Ryan Preece had 3 consecutive top 10 finishes. And coming into this weekend, he has the 8th best average finish of drivers in recent years at this track. And he had a chance to get a top 10 at Darlington if not for a bad caution that came out. I think Ryan Preece is going to continue heading straight forward. He is going to have another really good run. He sits in the top 15 in points currently at the moment. I think Ryan Preece is going to contend, and I think he'll have a very good chance and opportunity to definitely get at least a top 10. I would not rule out the possibility of him winning, considering RFK in recent years has been really, really good at this track. I think that Ryan Preece will have a solid chance and opportunity to get a really strong finish this weekend at Bristol. And now we're going to head on to the winner's pick for the 2025 Food City 500. Who am I picking to win? Well, there were a couple drivers that I was looking at who I might have been thinking about picking for this weekend at Bristol Motor Speedway. But there's one guy I've been looking at since this guy announced he'd be running all 3 races for the weekend at Bristol. I've already predicted he would win the Truck Series race. I think he's also going to win the NASCAR Cup Series race. I am going with Kyle Larson to pick up a second straight win at Bristol Motor Speedway, his first spring win at this track, and I think he'll pick up his 31st career NASCAR Cup Series win. This is one of Kyle Larson's best racetracks. This is one of a few tracks I believe where Kyle Larson has led more than 1,000 laps. And Kyle Larson historically, even in a crazy tire race, he still finished in the top 5, I believe, in 4th. I think Larson's going to get it done. Larson's been really strong historically. He almost led every lap in the fall race last year. I know track conditions are going to be a little different in that. With him, I believe, bringing the same tire they had in the fall last year, I think he's going to be a major factor to get it done. I think he's going to qualify up front, and I think Larson's going to stay up front all day. I think he picks up win number 2 of 2025. And now we're going to head on to the drivers you need to watch out for this weekend at Bristol. Who should you have your eyes out on? The first driver to watch out for this weekend at Bristol Motor Speedway is the driver's 11 car for Joe Gibbs Racing, Denny Hamlin. Denny Hamlin's on a roll. He's gone back-to-back in recent weeks, winning at Martinsville in dominating fashion and taking the win at Darlington. And remember, the last time he ran a spring race at this track, Denny Hamlin went to victory lane. I don't remember the last time Denny Hamlin went 3 in a row, but I think he's got an opportunity to win 3 years in a row, 3 races in a row, and go back-to-back in the spring events. He's going to be a factor to get it done. He's second in the standings currently at the moment. I think he's got a great chance and opportunity to get it done for sure this weekend at Bristol. The second driver to watch out for this weekend at Bristol Motor Speedway is the driver of the 9 car for Hendrick Motorsports, Chase Elliott. Despite the fact that Chase Elliott's been up and down early in the season, he has one of the best average finishes in the field. And the last time he ran near Bristol, he finished in the top 5 in the spring race, and he finished in runner-up in the fall race that Kyle Larson dominated. This is one of Chase Elliott's best tracks. He's almost won here a couple times in the past. I think he'll be a pretty big factor to get it done, and I think the 9 team will have the pace and speed where Chase Elliott will show some good stuff this weekend at Bristol. The third driver to watch out for this weekend at Bristol is the driver of the 23 car for 2311 Racing, Bubba Wallace. Bubba Wallace has continued to have a lot of really good speed early in this season. He's already scored multiple top 5s early in the year. Had it not been for untimely caution, he probably gets another top 10 at Darlington. And last time he ran here at Bristol, he led some laps in the spring race, and he finished third in the fall race. Bubba's going to be a factor for the win. This is one of Bubba Wallace's better racetracks on the circuit. I look for him to have a really strong run with the number 23 team. I think he will be definitely a contender for sure this weekend at Bristol. The fourth driver to watch out for this weekend at Bristol is the driver of the 20 car for Joe Gibbs Racing, Christopher Bell. Christopher Bell's had a really strong start to 2025 with 3 wins and has come very close to winning the last couple of weeks. I looked up his average finish as well. He has a 6.5 or 6.6 average finish in the last 5 or 6 races at this track, and I believe finished in the top 5 in the fall race last year. He's also finished in the top 10 every single time we've been here. I think he's going to be a guy they're going to have to keep your eyes out on for sure this weekend at Bristol as he looks to get that 4th win. We know he's going to be strong and definitely quick at this track. And the 5th final driver that I think you should watch out for this weekend at Bristol is a driver of the 24 car for Hendrick Motorsports, William Byron. I believe William Byron is very close, if not already has surpassed the most laps led of 2025 because he almost led the whole entire race at Darlington. And he's been super consistent to the point where he is right now the points leader in the NASCAR Cup Series by 49 points over Denny Hamlin. You know he's going to have a car that's going to be definitely capable of going to win and picking up a victory. I think he's going to have a car that's going to be really strong and fast, and I think that William Byron could get win number 2 2025. He's been all right at this track, but the speed is there for him to be a major factor to go to victory lane this weekend at Bristol. So, those are my race 6 for the 2025 Food City 500 at Bristol. Just a reminder, my suck picks are Kyle Busch, Shane Van Gisbergen. My underdog picks are Ty Gibbs, Ryan Preece. My winner's pick is Kyle Larson. And the ones to watch out for, Denny Hamlin, Chase Elliott, Bubba Wallace, Christopher Bell, and William Byron. Those are my race picks. So, that is going to be it for the Race 6 video for the 2025 Food City 500 at Bristol Motor Speedway. I want to thank you guys for watching. Please subscribe to the channel, notifications on, so if I win a video, it does go live on my channel. Follow me on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram, and support me on Patreon as well. List goes below that, and comment your picks below for this weekend at Bristol. Let me know your suck picks, let me know your underdog picks, let me know your winner's pick, and let me know the drivers you're watching out for this weekend at Bristol. Let me know your picks in the comments below. Later today on the channel, you're going to see race picks for the NASCAR Xfinity Series race at Bristol Motor Speedway. Then tomorrow on the channel, you're going to see a NASCAR news video dropping, and you're also probably maybe going to see the paint scheme video. If not, that's getting transitioned to Friday. We'll also probably have another NASCAR news video dropping on Friday, perhaps, and we're going to have the Truck Series race review dropping as well, along with reactions, some other stuff from the week. If any major news breaks, we'll discuss here live on the channel. We've got content coming out on people like Hailie Deegan, SVG, Carl Edwards, Kurt Busch, Kyle Busch, Connor Zilch, Junior Motorsports, Sheldon Creed, Sam Mayer, Ross Chastain, Daniel Suarez, Alex Bowman, Junior Motorsports, all the good stuff. We're going to be talking about a lot of this stuff on the channel in the upcoming weeks as we get closer to the off week with Rock Game happening next week. Should be exciting and fun. Looking forward to some of the upcoming racing that is happening very, very soon. So anyways, like I said, I want to thank you guys for watching today's episode, and I'll see you guys next time for more great, awesome NASCAR content and other motorsports content on the channel like this. Take care, everybody.